We're going to start with a brief opening statement from Coach. After that, we'll take questions. Raise your hand. We'll come around with microphones so the people watching at home can hear the question. Coach?
1 second real quick. I'm going to make sure I get this one thing that I wanted to be sure to talk about. First off, I'm thankful to start a new season. Thankful for everything we got to go through in camp as a team, how we gel together closer as a football team. Now we get an opportunity to go out and show just who we are and with the work that we've done, what we put in. I also want to give a special shout out and attention to a guy on my team, Pat Aldra, we call him. But he did an internship with Barton and LaJoist. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but they've already offered him a job. This will be his last year, so he'll already have a job as soon as this year is done. And I think this is big for him and his family because his brother just got done his last chemo treatment, which he drove 90 miles on a bicycle with his fiance on the side of him in the car, and he went and got through with that. So it was big for Pat to get that news that, you know, he got a job already offered, and then for his brother to be able to complete that chemo treatment. That's huge for us in our program. You know, he was going through that and got a chance to experience that with him. So for us, I'm just thankful for him and his family, his mom, his father, just telling them wish God continues to stay with him and be blessed, and for his brother just to show how tough he was. That meant a lot to us to be able to do that. Outside of that, man, we get an opportunity to play against one of the blue bloods of college football. I've looked up to this team for a long time. I remember when Coach Phil Farmer was coaching there. I got a cousin named Rashad Baker who got a chance to play there. He was a 4-year starter, so being able to see Tennessee for a long time, and I think Coach Heupel has stepped in and done an amazing job just from when he started there, his coaching career, his playing career as a football player, and then now as a coach. It's always second to none, right? I mean, he does an amazing job. Last year was in the college playoffs already. Got a chance to compete against him, and I was at Georgia 2 times, and actually the hardest week of being able to prepare for them. He just got a lot of good players. He's an intelligent coach. Coach Joey Hazel, their offensive coordinator, does a really good job. They got a new guy at the helm, Aguilar, who I think is really good. I remember him because watching App State, went to Western Carolina. It was a rival, so always getting to see what App does. I'm always up to watching them, and I thought he did a real good job at that school, and just thought he was a really good quarterback, right? A good player and excited for what he does. I know he's a Cali kid that loves to sling the ball. That's what he grew up doing, so happy for him. Offensively, also the running backs, I think their running backs are really good. Deshaun Starr and Peyton Lewis. I remember Peyton being a really good player. Deshaun, sorry to pronounce his name, but Deshaun is really good. And then Starr, I mean, shit, his name speaks for itself, right? But those running backs are really good. I think their tight ends are extremely well. I know just watching them and doing things all the time. It was 87. It's one of them, 19. So a couple different guys they got. But I like the receivers, 17, Braswell. I know Mike Matthews from the recruiting trail, being at Georgia. Got a chance to recruit him a little bit. He's a really good football player. And then those freshmen they brought in, I just literally wrote it down from watching and going back and see what they do. But Travis Smith, Darius Johnson, and Dotson, like those guys can really play ball. And let's not forget about 14, Braylon Staley, who really is a good football player also. And then the defensive side of the ball, Tim Banks, was a good coach. I got to know him a little bit. We're not like the best of friends, but I know who he is. I respect him. I respect the work that he's done. I remember meeting him from Penn State and things of that nature. He's done a real good job at coaching. That linebacker, 7, Aaron, he's a beast. I mean, he just could play football. He's really good. Does a really good job. The DBs, of course, they got one of the best corners in the country. And number 3, just watching them play, and you know, it's tough with him. I hear they don't know if he'll play or if he does play, but shit, I would play him if I was them. He's good as heck. He could play football. I know Ricky, I recruited him a little bit when I was at Georgia. He's a good football player. Also, to be able to see Boo Carter, I'll be excited to see him. I thought he was a good kid, and being able to recruit him, I think he might be playing both ways. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I think he's the star, but he's a good job at the nickel position. And their D-line, 19, did a hell of a job last year, 22. And I think they're real deep in the D-line, right? They had a lot of guys when you go and watch them, and you could see they can do. And then from a special teams perspective, Evan Crabtree, I know he was on the staff, so they had a lot of things they done well last year. They really try to get going in the return game on PBR. We're expecting them to come try to block some punts, right? But in the same sense, we think they'll also try to set some returns up because I think they could be dangerous there with the speed they have on their football team. But we're thankful for the opportunity we get to go play against these guys.
Questions? Start right in front, go to Yvonne, then Chris.
Fran, as you started preparing for this week's game, what was so similar in your game prep from the defensive side, this time around compared to when you were doing the same thing at Georgia getting ready for Tennessee?
Well, I was a corners coach there, so that was a big difference. I'm the head coach now. But I don't know, we're just different teams, right? We run different defenses. It's not the same, so comparing us to them is a little bit different. I don't know. It's different compared. But for me, them, I was just watching every little piece. I was watching a lot of different things from a defensive back perspective because I was only looking at it as the cornerbacks coach, right? Now I'm the head football coach, so I watch the complete games all the time. I'm watching the full games and going through it a little bit different in that nature of it. So I think it's a huge difference in the preparation. And as you asked them from a defensive perspective, well, we're two different. Like we run two different schemes, right? We're not who they are. Their guys are a little bit different up front, right? They got those big two-gappers and things of that nature. We more, different games, so it'll be different with us.
Is there anything schematically about Tennessee that's still somewhat similar?
Shit, they're going to go fast. Yeah, they're going to go fast. We're going to make sure they go fast. But, Tennessee runs what they run, right? They're not worrying about what you're in. You better worry about what they in because when you don't get home, when you're not ready, then it's all about what they're on.
Chris?
Fran, when you came in here, you said, I want to build an SEC-level team and program and roster. Where do you think you've made the most progress so far?
Just overall, throughout the team. Should we talk about that after the game, right? Some of the questions you asked, if I start to say that, then that's kind of like giving up all the information for us to be able to play for them. So, you'll just watch the game and then you'll be able to tell me that more because you guys are the experts at it, right? Y'all get to be right no matter what you write. So for me, I'll just say we're just getting better at all positions. We're working our butt off at all positions. I think we're a little bigger everywhere. We're faster everywhere. When it comes to guys' size and speed, I try to get big people because I always tell y'all big people beat little people up. And we're about to go against a real big football team. So we're trying to, we'll see this week what positions match up and where they are. These guys they're a good program, right? It's a good team, so it's a good test for us to have a chance to go out and see if we're able to compete.
And when you talked about leadership last year, you sort of mentioned this moment with Kyle in mat drills where he wouldn't drop, right, in push-ups or planking or something, and knowing that he was the type of guy that could lead your guys. Has there been a moment like that with Steve yet that really jumps out to you in the same way?
Yeah, Steve ready to go. Steve a leader. He ready to go. He ready to play. He been like that since he was in at Bergen Catholic. So now he just got an opportunity to go lead a team again. So Steve's ready to go. He's a team guy. He's about winning.
We'll go to Samantha and then Cooper.
Coach, what kind of statement do you think a Week 1 win against Tennessee on national television would mean for you and your team?
I'm just worrying about just one day at a time, really. For me, I ain't really thinking about Saturday right now, honestly. I'm just trying to focus on the day. I'm trying to make sure that we be ready for practice today. We get a chance to walk a little bit. We're going to be off, so the guys get a chance to make sure they take care of their bodies and we chilling. We ain't doing nothing today like that. So for me, I'm just focused on the day and making sure we prep the right way as a coaching staff, make sure everybody's ready to go so we're ready to play.
Go to Cooper on the end.
Coach, how much was this game a point of motivation for you guys throughout training camp, just getting ready, to be on a national stage to open the season?
Yeah, I'm just motivated that I wake up every day. I'm not sure. Some of the questions y'all telling me, they setup questions, right? I don't want to give nobody else ammo to be happy about us playing them or us happy to play. Man, we happy to play football. Y'all could have put rowing on the schedule, and we was going to make sure that we practice the same way. I'm going to be the same person all the time. I'm motivated that Mr. Wildhack picked me to be the head football coach here, and I get to represent the S. I get to go out and speak for Syracuse, for who they are and what the tradition of this program has been, right? Just for all the people that were here before us, right? Kyle Federer always talked about, we stand on the shoulders of the people before. So without all the people that was already here, all the hard work they put in, for me, having the opportunity of having Keith Bullock here all summer, Dwight Freeney here this summer, being able to call Marvin Harrison and talk to him about things like, that's why I'm motivated to make sure that we play well. That's why I'm motivated to make sure that we do things the right way. But I don't think, with all due respect to every team, see, I'm self-motivated. There's a lot of individual goals that I have in my life for myself. There's a lot of team goals that we all have. So for us as a team-wise, we want to win a national championship. So that's what motivates us first and foremost, right? And then as long as we do everything as a team and we stay consistently focused on DART and we keep our core values before our personal goals, we're going to be straight.
Christian in front.
Coach, in just a few months, how pleased are you to see the impact that this new Lally facility has had on your program?
It's cool. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. If I wasn't married, I would stay in my office. I wouldn't even go home. If I didn't have a wife, I would not go home. I would just be here chilling all the time, work, do everything. So, it's amazing. It's a great place. This is one of the best buildings I've been in a long time, so I'm very thankful for the building.
Yep. Coach, how would you assess your tight end room entering the season, just the development you've seen from that group throughout this training camp?
They're doing well. Dan's working hard. We just met this morning. He came in and we talked a little bit. I was cussing him out a little bit this summer. He was a little mad. I didn't know. And then once we started having the conversations, I knew I made him mad one day. He told me. But I thought he did well all summer. I think Coach Johnson and Coach Thomas, they're doing a really good job developing those guys. We got some young guys in that room that are developing. Elijah Washington Baker. We just got Bowman. He's here now. Wyatt Bowman, who's a young guy that's getting developed, and Jamie's doing really well. Jamie's freaking 225 pounds now, so that'll help us. And then you got Chase, who's over there playing a little bit, so we're gonna be pretty straight.
Fran, you have a pretty young core group of players on the team, a lot of players that maybe don't necessarily have starting experience.
Yeah.
This week, today, tomorrow, how are you kind of leaning on those players that do have starting experience to kind of help out, those guys that you are looking towards that, maybe need that boost?
You better get ready. It's here, right? I don't really think that anyone else can get you more prepared but your coaching and the practice. I think the practice has to be intense. It has to be meaningful, like every little situation. They got to understand the situation. They got to know how important that situation is. And if they understand and they know that, then when the game comes, it becomes trained behavior. So that's up to me to put them in the situations to be ready for that light, right? We talked about the stages and things of that nature. So, I know this is a big game for everybody, and it's the first. It's a big game because it's the first game, right? And then you're playing against one of the better programs in college football history. So it's going to take us for me to make sure I put them in situations all week to have them ready to go out and compete on Saturday.
Go back to the third row.
Hey, Coach. As far as the transfer class, how do you feel about that group as a whole? Now, of course, we're less than a week away from the start of the season. How have they kind of ingratiated themselves within the program since the start of training camp?
Yeah, our culture just naturally integrated everybody into it. And me, I'm very demanding, so I'm very demanding. I don't care when you got here. This is what we're doing, this is how you got to do it and figure it out. We like to figure it out fast. We don't have time for you to wait. And, well, my other coach used to be. I don't care about that. I'm not your other coach, and we're not there anymore. Figure it out. This is how we're doing it. Let's hurry up and do it. And I think the faster that you make sure guys understand and know that, the quicker they get the opportunity to go be the best versions of themselves. But when you try to let them hold on to what used to happen at the other program or what happened with the past place they was at or how they feel, like it kind of. Like that, it doesn't help us though, right? So I'm about just like, let's go, let's move on, right? Learn from it, move on.
We're here to Zach, and then stay in front, go Javon and Chris right after.
Fran, just what was the biggest thing that you learned about your team as a whole during training camp?
We just got to keep getting tougher. I think we're a talented football team. We just have to keep getting tougher. We don't have as much experience as much play experience as it is, but they're pretty talented, so we're going to be learning on the job, right? We're learning on the job.